Hi, it's me, Al from Yuuguu, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about pair programming. One of the search terms that comes up quite a lot, and one of the things that I see on my Twitter feeds, is people looking for a solution for pair programming. Now, if you've never heard of pair programming, this is about computer science stuff. This is computer programmers where two of them work together on a project at the same time. Now, initially that sounds like a complete waste of time, but what it actually means is that you've got one guy driving and another guy adding a second layer of expertise. We use that quite a lot in Yuuguu because we find that we're quite a small programming team as far as they go, but we've got a very diverse pool of talent. We've got games programmers, industrial programmers, we've got web programmers. There's all sorts of depths of skills, and what you find is that as one programmer is actually working on something, they can be thinking about making the program work. They can be thinking about getting it to actually do the thing that it's supposed to be doing right now, if you see what I mean. And the other guy can be looking at things like structural elements, making sure that it's getting split up well, so that it's going to be cost effective to maintain in the future. They can also be looking into things at a higher level from their background. So a really good example of this is, you'll probably have seen right now, we've upgraded our screen sharing technology massively. We've basically ripped the guts of the system out and put in an entirely new codec. So that not only required quite a lot of low-level coding across a number of different languages, sort of C, C++, Java, but it required knowledge of all manner of video compression techniques. Some of it touched on things like chroma keyers, green screen things for colour palette matching and things. It's all a little bit much for one mind to take in sometimes, so that was a great candidate for pair programming. Now obviously the tool that we use to do pair programming is Yuuguu, and I wanted to talk about that just for a minute because that's really why Yuuguu was founded. Way back when, it seems forever ago now, I think 3-4 years, something like that. Founders Anish Kapoor and our chief tech officer Chris Seward wanted to find a way to work together but without always having to meet up. And one of the key early uses, in fact there were two key early uses of Yuuguu within Yuuguu. The first one was about the web design, and sort of just live online making changes to the web graphics and layouts and the copywriting, and being able to review them as they were happening and sort of say, yes, I like the way that's going, or no, can we make that a bit different, or can we rephrase that? And we still use that to this day, because obviously we needed a website to get marketing. And the other thing we needed was the large software system that it's become. We needed to make a start on that. So an obvious use for that was pair programming. Now, we do remote pair programming at Yuuguu because we simply don't have offices, because we don't really need them. We do meet up and we make those meetings count, but day to day we tend to use Yuuguu. We use the instant message chat, we use the screen sharing, we occasionally use the remote control, but a good bulk of what we do is that pair programming. I had a great question off TweetDeck from @Dorkitude. Thanks very much for that. That's a very insightful question. Who wants to know how, I was going to say how serious, but how strict we are. Well, like most things in Yuuguu, we're actually not that strict. We are definitely not formal XP things. We use iterations, we use an agile approach, and we'll use what we think works. So for the screen video codec, pair programming, there was quite a bit of pair programming done on that, and a structural guy would be paired up with somebody who knew a bit more about the actual video codecs, and who also had open the specs, the SV2 specs on his desktop, so that the two guys could work together and ensure that all the various things were being done. There's a lot of low-level bit twiddling in that, and a lot of high-level make sure it does this when this happens in that, so that worked really well. There are some other times when we do much looser kind of just you have a look over my shoulder stuff. We also do a lot of reviews, which is not really pair programming. Pair programming is reviewing as you go, isn't it, really? We do a lot of code reviews as well, using the screen sharing. And what we find, the way that works best for us, you might expect us to use the remote control technology to sort of take over another person's keyboard. What we normally find is having one of us doing the driving. We'll use the audio connection and talk through what we're doing, will share our screen to the remote pair. And we normally find that doing that works quite well, and then the remote pair can butt in at any time and say, just give verbal sort of instructions saying, you know, watch that. I can see a better way of doing this. I can see where this is going. I think it might be better split off into a class. So we do find that Yuuguu is just a completely essential tool for us for pair programming. I'd certainly recommend that other people try it and give us your experience with it. Particularly, talk to me at Almella on Twitter. Tell me what you think about using Yuuguu for pair programming, and particularly tell me what features you would like us to add to make life easier for pair programmers. Thanks very much. Till next time.